Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman with Adventures with Rhiannon, Kynseed Retired Slow Play, part number 25. And we're going to take up right where we left off. And we have one baby so far. And we are going to work on getting a couple more. So, and of course, when we start off in the morning, I try to make sure that I sleep at the house, even if it's only for an hour, just to kind of remind myself to feed that brownie bowl, because you do not want to miss feeding the brownie bowl. Oh my gosh, you won't believe the things that happen if you forget that. And the more you forget, the worse it is. And to undo it, you have to feed the brownie bowl every day, and it kind of goes backwards in like the previous one. So don't miss that. It is Druida Day, and so I'm going to I've got some ideas here. Babies more likely. That's going to be a better chance to get babies, supposedly. So I'm not very good at this. I know to get babies, you need to have, you and your spouse need to have high virility. And there's a couple other things. You need to have this particular boon of the baby's more likely. And I've also read that you need to go to a date spot. And I'm not very good at it, but we're going to give it a try. We want more babies. I'd really love to get twins. And I guess I just have not picked the right things in some other play. I did have one other playthrough that I'm working on to kind of figure some things out, but I just don't have very good luck at all with any of that. So I'm going to do the best we can and see what we can do, get our other choices here. You don't have to do 3 offerings. You can do just 1 if you want, but I usually look and see if there's anything that can help my game a little bit on what I'm currently doing. In this case, of course, the babies was very important. And so if I can find 3 things that will help, then I pick 3 things. So we'll see what we got here. Ooh, extra stars. So it just depends on what you're planning on doing in the following 7 days. So that's very important. I found out. It's very important. Watch, do your 7 days ahead and pick the ones that are going to help you the most of what you're planning on doing. So if you're planning on going into fighting and stuff like that, then there are ones that can help your battle. So anyway, just kind of, I had one for these. Ooh, look at that. Each collected crop has 2 additional quality stars. But I'd have to give up. Oh boy. So as you can see, also, there's some things that require 5 stars and some things 3, 4, 3, and 2. So you have to have the items available to be able to make those offerings. So I did 2 offerings. Each herb has 2, babies more likely. So I figured that was good enough for now. So that's for the next 7 days. And so I think it's time that we go have a talk with our husband. We've been sending him off to do adventuring and actually fishing for us. So right now, I think we got another plan. Oh, I want to get these herbs while I'm standing here, and don't want to miss picking them. Of course, I'm not doing it. I guess I'm not doing the right day and the right weather, whatever. I'm getting 1 star, so that's not too good. But you know what? It's really early game. As you get better, you get higher quality stuff. So I'm not worried about it. And for now, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to tell Ash to follow me, and so he's so funny. I know that there's a date spot right here. Watch how he slows down when we get to it. I knew there was a date spot over here, and I don't know, and yeah, he kind of slows down. And so I don't know if it matters which date spot, and we can try different ones. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him a virility food item. Now, to have increased that, I could have made a higher virility food, like something that I made, but I didn't think of that, and so I gave him a carrot. I told someone suggested give them carrots and carrots and carrots. So we did that, and then we're going to tell him, see, I have 15. 15, keep that number in mind. And you are keen, he says. So we're going to give this a try and see what happens. So As you can see, the wheel spin. I haven't seen this before. The wheel spins around. You got to land on the yellow stork, and I did not land on the yellow stork. Now, this happened, so I don't even know how many times it happened. So I cut all that out for you, and just know that we have 3 left out of all of those. It's like, what the heck? So here we go again. Let's try again. So I saved you guys the torture of watching the previous ones, and we'll share a little secret here when we finally get to our yellow star. Yay! Yay! All right, Ash is happy. Congratulations! Goddess has blessed you with a child. Historical deliverance 7 days. Oh, he says the funny and sweetest things. All right, now stop following me. All right, so now we have baby deliveries. And then I thought, did I have the boon for the seeds? I don't think that I do. And I don't think of it during this time. So I love that boon for the seeds. And I've said that in previous episodes, where you cut down the hay and stuff and you just get tons and tons and tons of seeds. And I get most of them right here. So I usually hack those around a couple of times a day. And so anyway, we had success. Yay. So I'm very happy about that. So I was checking my fish supply and wondering if I have anything that I can take to Twig, and I don't think so. So we just keep going on. I don't really like wintertime. I don't like wintertime in real life, so I guess maybe that's why. Yeah, let's see, where is, okay, I want to take a second there. See those 2 baby deliveries? I learned something by watching another streamer that does Kynseed. You can do all your babies at once. I had no idea. I could have done all 3 babies at once. So that's why I went through all of those Corndolls, and I did cut that out because I didn't want you guys to have to see me, going around and around and around and around. I'm sure glad I had 15 Corndolls to start the process with. So I did 2 babies at once. As soon as I got the other one, I immediately was giving him carrots and starting over again. So I was able to have 2 baby at once. I wish I had known that before I got the first baby, because we could have had them all at once instead of waiting. I mean, I had to wait last time, and I thought I had to wait. I don't know why I thought that. I don't know why I didn't think about trying again. So anyway, we've got 2 babies coming in 7 days. We've got 2 sheep, and I'm finding, it seems like to me that the crops, I keep seeing a lot of crop quality things that say put down sheep poo, and so, or sheep fertilizer, I don't know what they call it, it seems like that helps the quality on all the stuff, and at least everything that I've seen. I haven't seen anything that say anything about pig fertilizer. So if you know better than me, please correct me below. For my first time viewers, I'd like to welcome you to my channel. This is a retired slow play, and we are going to enjoy this game in a very relaxed way. This is not a min-max. This is not a power game through. There's plenty of those that you can go watch. I watched a few and thought, gosh, I'll never, I won't get to that in for a very, very long time. So instead, I'm enjoying this game, as I enjoy all games, in a very slow, relaxed way. So that's what I'm doing. Right now, I'm working on relationships with the people of the Vale area only. And I talked about this last time. The Kynseed developers call the different areas havens. And the havens are one called the Briar, which I don't think we've even got yet, Evergreen, Mellowfield, Summerdown, Tirnanog, Vale, Void, and Womarsh. And so right now I am focusing on the Vale and the people of the Vale first. And those areas are Willowdown Farm, which is where my farm is, Candlewitch Cottage, Candlewitch Village, Cuckoo Wood, Testy Acres, where I'm at right now, Cowpat Farm, Crumble Chalk Mine, Dreamer's Nook, Burial Grounds, Moss Whisper Ruin, Candlewitch West, Festival Green, Druida Cross, Northgate, and something called Worm Abyss, which I don't think we have come across that yet. But it's supposed to be in the Vale. Maybe that's a new area, a secret area that we can't get to. I don't know. So each of these areas is called locations on the wiki. So I'm focusing on the locations in the haven of the Vale. And as I make friends with people, then I'm able to take their stuff. So these guys down here are really important to make friends with because they've got the biggest farm. I swear they have the biggest farm in the whole area. And they have got so many trees and things that you can harvest. So really making friends with those guys, aside from just being good neighbors, it's a good idea. That's what one thing that you do is you can get their stuff and so collect things. So you just saw me collect a whole bunch of carrots here in winter time. So awesome. That's pretty awesome. And so we're going to head on into town. It's already 11, but I'm going to really focus on as much as I can on making friends with the villagers, and hope we'll see how far we get. And I had not focused on this early on in this particular playthrough, and I hadn't in any playthrough. So I had seen this, that some people, that's all they do. They focus on that first and foremost. So to me, I just worked on it organically at first as I was kind of getting my feel for the game and trying to figure out who I want to be in this world. And my answer was I wanted to be, I wanted to have a family. That was super important. Well, we got husband, a baby, and 2 babies on the way. So I'm very happy about that. I wanted to be a successful shop owner. And I think that my shop is doing pretty good. We'll go check that out after a bit and see it's making money. So that's a real good thing. So I want to be able to leave a good legacy for my heir. If you have not seen this game before, you basically at 50 years old, you pass on. And when you do, you live on in one of your heirs. So you will pick one of your children, if you have them, to live on within. It never talks about dying. Not in the typical way of when you're 50, you die. You don't. You live on in one of your heirs. As you can see, my fish shop is making money every day. It's not making very much, but it is making reputation, and I'm very happy about that. And you can see I'm almost to another point, so that's great. And I'm just making sure that I've got fish stocked up. There's actually things out on the floor, and then there's the stock from here, which the employees stock the shelves or stock the counters from. I'm checking what fish that I do need to take to Twig. That seems to be the first skill that I focus on, is the fishing skill. And that is because I love the fishing skill. It's one reason why I have a fish market, because it's just so much fun. And we haven't specialized yet, but we will eventually. It takes 3,000 brass to stock your fish to specialize your fish market. A hag's eye, huh? Okay. So that'll happen soon, but right now I just really want to make sure that everything's in order. I'm selling fish only. When you specialize, and if you specialize in a fish market, then your customers are most likely to buy fish. And if that's all that's on the shelves, that's all they buy anyway. And also your customers tend to come in the mornings, which is why I only have this shop open for 3 hours in the early morning. So, because I know that's when they come. Lucy's happy, Teresa's not so much. What the heck? And I'm getting kind of close to another perk point. And you get perk points with your reputation. And I'm looking here, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm completely out of parsley. Ugh. Why am I out? But it's coming tomorrow by 10 a.m. So I'll have some. And you cannot use the apothecary, which is not fair, while you have customers. While the shop is open. So it's kind of a bummer that you cannot. I know that in the blacksmith, you can use the blacksmith while it's open. So I don't think it seems unfair, and I don't know why they do that. Thinking about hiring a second employee to kind of break this up a little bit. And Ned Scrumpy, I think, asked me to hire him. Oh, he's really unhappy. And I thought, why is he so unhappy? I guess he's just unhappy. We'll have to work on his relationship. But he only wants 2 per hour. So I thought, well, maybe we can put him. It's part of the of his quest line. So you have quest lines for the individual villagers. If you finish a quest line, then they ask you one more thing. And this particular Scrumpy asked for a job. Ned Scrumpy asked for a job. So I gave him one shift on one day. So because the fish market isn't open much, I thought, what the heck, let's try it and see how it goes. So again, we're working on those relationships, and Herbert likes tomatoes, and that wasn't too bad. So we keep on trying to give them things that they don't hate. You got to work on that. Look at that. Ned Scrumpy dislikes mint, so I really wouldn't want to give him mint. So if you're first time watching, I want to also mention that my YouTube channel has a number of things for you. The community tab, I usually do announcements there, so it's really hard to tell everybody things if they're not watching a video. So my announcements, anything I need you to know. Sometimes I show pictures of my kitties. If I'm going to start a new game, if I'm going to change my schedule, whatever, the community tab is where I'll mention that. I've also been doing videos on the community tab that are like a highlight reel of the upcoming week. So you can go there and check that out and see what's going on. There's also an About tab that does have my schedule, and it tells what I upload when. So currently, as of this video, I'm doing Stardew Valley on Mondays and Fridays at 11 a.m. American Eastern Time. I'm doing Kynseed on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. American Eastern Time. If there's ever any changes, then it'll be on my schedule there, and also the community tab. I'll mention it there as well. So you can see I'm just working away at these relationships, and you can go to mailboxes and give gifts, which is wonderful. Something else that I'm doing now is I'm going to be giving a secret word of the day. Sometime during this video, I'm going to give you a secret word. I want you to take that secret word and create a sentence down in the comments using the secret word. Do not say the secret word is and then say the secret word. That's not what I'm looking for. I want you to use a sentence and be creative. I saw this on somebody else's channel, so I stole it. It's too much. It was fun. I had fun doing it. So I want you to do that for me. So play along. I'll give you the secret word coming up, and then you can use it in a sentence. So awesome. I want to make sure I didn't give Isaiah strawberry. We made that mistake once. We will not make that mistake again. Oh my gosh, that was horrible. It's such a bummer when you work on these relationships, and you know, if you don't give them a gift that they love, then you're going to get like 9 points. And you know, let's see what we'll get here, and I'll try to make my point here. 9 friendship points, right? If you give her something, or give one of them something they hate, you lose 61 points. I don't know where they came up with 61, but my heart just sinks as those numbers go down. It's awful. It's like, oh my gosh, no. And I've done that so many times, so hopefully we won't have that happen again. So that was called a homestone, and that's how you can see who's living in the house currently, and you can also find out your relationships with those people. And I'm almost all the way up there with Ignatius. Look at that. Maybe one more good gift and he'll be one of my best friend. Here's a secret. Man, I don't want to give bacon surprise to Ginger Nut. Oh my heavens. There's so many amazing things about this game. There's so many different ways of playing it. And that's one of the things that really drew me to it. I mean, I watched quite a few people that were streaming it, and kind of got a handle for what this game was like, and then I immediately bought it the week it came out, because I'd seen it. I was watching somebody stream something else, and I saw they were streaming this game, so I watched it, and it went on sale and it was released, I think it was the first week of December of 2022. I bought it that week and got a few dollars off on it, and it is by far some games you pay $50 for it and you're done with them in a few hours. This is going to be a few years. This is like Stardew Valley in that way. You can play for a very, very long time, indefinitely. So in this case, I mean, Stardew Valley, you basically hit 100%, and you can keep playing. It's a question of what, do you just want to keep playing your farm because it's your farm? In this case, there's always something ahead. So for instance, when I live on in my next heir, then I would live on my next heir. Supposedly each of your heirs is going to be stronger than you. So, and you can choose, to work on other skills. So right now, my passion is fishing. I love fishing. Well, what my heir loves baking? So I don't understand, though that was a good gift. I don't understand the mechanism exactly, but wow, Millie Crow likes strawberries. No kidding. She loves strawberries, so I have to be sure and give her strawberries next time. You can see on the top left there was a chest. As you make best friends with or good friends at least, with the people that live in the house, then eventually they will, once you make best friends, if you keep gifting them, then they'll start giving you numbers, which are codes to that chest that they have. And chests are not always located. Oh my gosh, not again. Oh my gosh, Tom Crow. He was already tough. He was already in the pit. Oh my gosh, I did it again. Can you believe that? I'm just sitting here watching that again, just like, makes my heart just go, no, I just want to scream. Oh, I learned Pappy Cow's birthday. Well, that's a good thing. So Tom's going to hate me for a while longer. Oh my gosh. So I'm sure that somewhere out there's not a complete wiki yet. In my description, I put a couple of things. There is the main page, the main Kynseed page has a wiki, but the developers are the only one that's allowed to fill it in right now, and they don't have time. They're working on this game right now. It's been over 6 months now since the game came out, and they are still adding content. And making changes and making things better and fixing bugs and that kind of thing. They're supposed to be, I'm recording this mid-June of 2023. They're supposed to be coming out with an update soon that is pretty major. And it's not even the pretty major one that we're all waiting on, which is to be able to own the tavern. It's one before that. So I think that that makes me happy. It's kind of like Stardew Valley is having updates and big ones. So does Kynseed. So there's updates coming, and at least at the point that I'm recording this. So I think that's great. It's going to keep us interested and keep us doing things. And I'm not going to be even close to being touching all of the content. I mean, look, there's another chest up there. Whose house is that? We're in a cuckoo wood. Yeah, I want that chest. I want all the chests. The chests are so cool. They give you some really interesting items. There's recipes. I think the very first one was Arthur Brown, and we got, was it 10 mushrooms? Were they 5-star mushrooms? Rainbow mushrooms? How long would it be until I had gotten those myself? So, yeah, I really love the chests. They're very exciting. So I don't know what happens when you get them all open, and I don't even know where they all are. I've seen lists of chests, and I don't know if that changes. I don't know. And I just missed a proverb. I hate that, and it's so embarrassing. I shouldn't mention it, but I do. I hate missing things. I know you guys do when you play yourself, but when you record it and have to go back and look at it. I'm trying to find all the map stones for Cuckoo Wood. This is not opened up, and I'm trying to figure out where the heck are they so I can get them all opened up. Oh, discovered a date location. Okay, interesting. A date location, what that is whenever you're going to go on a date with your intended spouse, then they request a date location. They will mention a place. So right now I'm just discovering date locations, and that will be great for the future. For my heir will have date locations, so that's awesome. And we'll see how all that works. I'm excited to see how that works. But I'm determined not to rush things along too fast. You can rush things along really fast by getting items from Fairweather, who trades you years of your life for useful items. It's like, oh, he's a necessary evil. I don't like him. He's creepy. It looks like a evil bunny rabbit. So he's creepy as all get out. Oh, there's the map stone. I thought there was one down here. And a proverb to boot. So, all right, so our maps area is all opened up now. So you can talk to Fairweather and get items, but you have to trade years of your life. Now you can do that and trade away, a ton of your life. The other way you lose life is if you die in the woods where you fight, then Fairweather will rescue you and revive you for years of your life, a year of your life per revival. So I don't like fighting, so I'm going to avoid it as much as possible in this game. Who's this? Oh, it's Edward. Edward wanted to talk to me. What did you want to talk to me? Okay. Am I plotting against? It's them. It's the kettles. Oh no. Sorry about that. I got usually wound up like a beetle on a string. Okay, he just wants to complain about the teapots and the kettles have a thing. And they kind of, which is so funny, just saying that out loud, the teapots and the kettles. And they got a thing against each other, and they really don't like each other. So I'm popping into the shop here. I want to see if I can, oh my gosh, I only got 3 remedies. Oh my. So I have created a list that I have that is an inventory of the shop remedies. So this will matter a lot more when there's a ton of remedies on the shelf. But the reason for this is whenever I'm creating remedies, I want to make sure that I'm not creating ones that I already have or that I already have plenty of, and then not creating ones that I need. So I use Microsoft OneNote for this, and what I had done is I look, okay, those are those 3, and I look back at my list and I made a note of those 3 so that I don't remake those. And then what I'm doing now is just stocking up on the ingredients that I've collected, and I still haven't got a good handle on these ingredients and what are the best ones to have. There's some of these that are not so good to have in here, and I'll eventually get this cleaned out and say, okay, I don't need those on my ingredient cabinet, because you don't have the same amount of space as obviously your inventory in your own pack is unlimited. So you got to make sure that you have the best ones so that you can make all of the remedies if you're able. And I'm not able to at this time. There's some of these ingredients that I just don't have access to yet, but it's coming. So I made a list, and I'm going to, what I'm going to be doing here, and just so that you know, is in my description I have an ingredient list that shows the attributes of all of the ingredients, because I don't have the proverbs to tell me what I can make, what the attributes are. So I mean, I could have, if I looked at the actual ingredients and the proverbs that I have that show me what the attributes are, then I could make like 3 things. It's just I don't know all of that. I want my apothecary to be profitable, and I want this to be fun. And I knew that I could just throw things in. I actually accidentally figured out, charm weed. Okay, I shouldn't say accidentally. That's so obvious. Charm weed is going to have charm. It just made sense. Then I realized I can use ingredients that I don't know what they are yet, what the attributes are. So that's why I found this list, and I started using it, and I'm referring to it so that I can make the various remedies that I wouldn't be able to make otherwise. So there are 3 different types. There's potions, creams, and powders. So there's 3 different mini games. It doesn't matter which station that you walk up to, it'll pull up the correct mini game for whichever type of remedy that you're making. I've heard people complain about this, and I don't have a problem with it. I think it's kind of fun. Basically what I'm doing, it had a red ingredient. You can look at a little chart. You go across the chart, red, you need to add green as a counter agent. You also need to get your temperature right. And if you do those things, whoop, there we go. We got ice on it. It needs more heat. But you got to bring it back down. There you go. So it's really not that, I don't find that to be that difficult. It's kind of fun. And maybe it's because I've always played mages in games, and I've made spells and things like that in all games that I've played for far back as I can remember. And I just find this one to be a very satisfying potion, or a satisfying remedy. I don't know, mage type thing. It's not really a mage thing, but it's making these remedies that I've done it in other games, and it's just not as interesting as this. I found it to be interesting, and it's a challenge. This one that's the cream, man, it's really a challenge. You know, the left side, you can even see your ingredients through the little window, and when it says very runny, you flip it over to the other side and you turn the wax on. The kicker is to put enough wax in it till it says perfect, and I hit it only a very few, I'm not quite got it down, but every once in a while I'll get a perfect, like there, perfect, yes! I need to do that more often. So I have a perfect gore blimey, and it says 2 because the ingredients are lower quality. Eventually I'll get higher quality ingredients, and when I do a perfect like that, I'll get 4 and 5 stars, which is so cool. Obviously, the better your remedies, the more they can be sold for, and the higher the reputation that you get with your customers being happier. So it's, you know, it's a process. It's, you know, it is a process in the game that I particularly like. I don't like it that you can make, you know, 5-star remedies on day 1. That seems illogical to me. So to me, it's more as my skills increase, then I'm able to make better items, and then I'll be able to make more money. So that's kind of the way I look at it. So, you know, and I need to get out there and finding more stuff. I mean, I'm not a very good scavenger. I haven't done a lot of that. And I need to be, because you certainly make a lot more money if you scavenge the items yourself. Because if you have to buy them, then that cuts into your profit. Plus, if you don't have the items that the customers want, then your employee will go make a placebo. If there's not the ingredients in the back that they can use to make the proper item, they'll give them a placebo, and you've only got a 50% chance of it working. So you got a 50% chance of having an unhappy customer. So, you know, to me, and I found that the more remedies that I can make, the better I can keep my shop in stocked with them, then my employee can just turn right around and grab something off the shelf and hand it to the customer. So that's great. Look at that. Ooh, wee, 4-star. So that's all good. That helps my profit big time, and the reputation. So you can see we have more than 3 now, so that's better. I feel better now. That I got a few things on the shelf. It's 1 a.m. and so like I mentioned before, I kind of want to, if I can, be back to the farm so I can get at least an hour of sleep. If I'm done with everything that I kind of wanted to do, then I'll go back earlier, but I really do like to try to get to the farm at least by 5 a.m. or at least get into bed at 5 a.m. and sleep. And that there's no real reason for that, because as an adult you don't have to sleep anymore at all. The game automatically saves when you do, and it automatically saves at 6 a.m. So you don't have to sleep. But for me, it's kind of a reminder that, oh yeah, I need to feed that brownie bowl. So I don't want to mess that up, and so that's one reason why that I kind of go to bed and get some rest. Check the mailbox too. Got all kinds of goodies. A letter from Melanie. I have something urgent I need to get off my chest, and no, I don't mean that. I've been unable to sleep lately for thinking of what is best. I love my father immensely, and he's really dragging me down into the murky waters with him. I even fantasize about offering him as a sacrifice. I think that is when the cockerel crowed for me, and I woke up. So, yeah, she's like not in a good place, Melanie. We need to work on that. So, not sure why she decided to talk to me about that. Here we are. We got 78 reputation and 104 profit in the fish market, and this is the apothecary. Look at that, 2756 reputation for the past week. So it does say that whenever we first talk to Pod, and he tells us about reputation and gives us the jar for filling our reputation, that one of the best ways to get reputation is to own a successful shop. So if you could just see that I just got over almost 3,000 reputation in a week. So that's a good thing. And it wasn't hard. If you're liking a relaxed play of any kind of game, I mean, own a shop and be successful, and you'll earn reputation, and that's another word for levels. I mean, gee whiz. I like that. I've never liked fighting in games. It's some games that's really a huge part of it. And in my early gaming career, it was pretty much all of it. And I've played and enjoyed games like that, but I've always was terrible at fighting. So I was always looking for things that I could do. I mean, there's some games that are just too, I don't know. They're not any kind of a challenge. They don't have good stories, and they're not interesting to me. But something like this where I could do some minimal fighting. By the way, whistle root right there. I forget to come up there and get that. And I got double. Because I have the boon for getting double. So anyways, I like this game that we can do some really, if you're going to stick with the main storyline, there's some minimal fighting that you could do. And combat it's not, once you get the hang of it, it's not super hard. And then that's good. I'm good with that. Like, oh, hello, little sheep. That one sheep must be really a baby. I haven't looked to see. You can see what they like, and then you can give them whatever you want. In this case, I'm trying to get them to give me manure, so fertilizer, come on. So I'm going to stick around. Nope, they're not giving me any. So that one sheep must be a baby, which is good. It'll be here longer because your animals do pass on. So it's always kind of startling when you come, you've been gone 5 years and you come back and some of your animals are gone. It's like, oh my gosh. I had to go to Ned Scrumpy to complete the task. All right. And he said he was did you see that? Hard worker, cheap worker. So we're coming up at the end of the day. We're going to save here and end this episode. If you like what I'm doing, give my episode a like. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And we are going to use a secret word of babies. So please use that secret word in a sentence down in the comments. I do appreciate all of my subscribers. You guys are awesome. I love your comments and I love your support. So thank you so much. The most important thing is I want you to have a wonderful rest of your day.